stop. We have 5 minutes left, and I want us to try and address one more question that came out of the workshops this morning. It's quite a different sort of a topic. I'd appreciate brief comments on it, both from the audience and from the panel. It came from the Young People's Workshop, and it's about the idea of votes for 16 and 17-year-olds, which we're going to have in the referendum. Is that an opportunity to involve young people more in active politics, and is it something that should be extended across other kinds of elections? What do people think? Hand up there. Yeah. The black shirt.
Thanks. That's not the nicest description of me, perhaps ever. I'm sure you don't mean that as a character judgment.
Go for it, Mr. Mosley.
What I'd say was that, you know, like when you brought up post office counts, one of the things that popped into my head straight away was because the post office counts being shut down, post offices are being shut down. Like a lot of what we heard about just now, and you know, you're saying this, what credit unions are just like going to HSBC. We're losing a lot of the institutions, a lot of the places that we can talk to each other, we can interact with each other, that aren't either run by the market or run as if they're run by the market, because that's just the normal way that everything has to be run now. 16, 17-year-olds who are in school are among a shrinking group of people who interact in a way that is not defined by commerce and by market interaction. They are in a genuine community that is not defined by market interaction. That is why I think it's really important to have people start voting at 16 and 17, because that is a place where people can vote as citizens before they've had a couple of years of institutionalisation of just being consumers before they get them the vote.
Thank you. Hand up in the second row from the back there, yeah.
This is not necessarily a pro or con, but in terms of defining the decision. You can't vote until you're 18, but you can join the army or you can get married at 16. And either you can't join the army at 16 or you get the vote at 16. One or the other. It's just a logically inconsistent position that we're in.
I'm very lucky in that I spawned a geek who managed to leave school at 16 and get an actual job with wages and training. But the first thing he said to me when he got his wage was, "I'm paying tax, and I don't get to vote on how my tax is spent. I don't think that's right." And there is that point to it. If they do get jobs, if they're lucky, they have no say in where their tax money is going, and that's not right.
Hand up at the back there, yeah.
Hi, my name's Callum. I'm a youth worker in a school not a million miles from here. And for the last 4 years, we've been running a democracy. Well, it started off as a democracy week, and it ended up being a democracy month. And it's been absolutely fabulous because in the media, you're constantly bombarded with young people are disengaging from politics. They're not interested in politics. And giving the 16, 17-year-olds the chance to vote as a youth worker of years done, I'm kind of weighing myself like excitement to see young people being given the respect that lots and lots of years of legislation is kind of taken away from young people. You give young people respect of giving a vote, and they gain respect for the wider society, engage with society as well. If you're not giving young people a chance to kind of take part in society through offering them the chance to vote, they're just going to say, "Oh, to hell with you, I'm not taking part." And they'll channel themselves in other forms of action and activity. But part of that needs to be the connection between the school and the wider society as well, and give young people a chance to kind of understand. Young people a chance to understand what the vote's about, not just kind of ticking the paper for the sake of it.
The cynical view of all of it, sorry, come to you a second. The cynical view on all of this was that the SNP were very keen to do this side of the referendum because it might well boost their chances of winning it. Does anybody buy into that? You were going to come in. Hopefully.
I don't think it just comes to the SNP because when it was the health board elections, young folk at 16 were allowed to stand. And I think it is apparent that they should be allowed to vote because too many folk kind of diss a lot of young folk and say, it's just got to be a tick box scenario, they're just got to vote for the blue and white flag. Well, I must be the only person out there that works with actually intelligent young folk in the society that are clearly geared up and have enough skills for to understand. Some of them are more clued up than half the bloody politicians, and that's being true. Well, I work with young folk, I'm going to fight for their rights, and they're seriously got more to contribute than half the folk in society, and I've been honest, they should be getting, who's going to be the next generation, the young folk? If we didn't enable and empower them and allow them the opportunity to make their own decisions or give them the informed knowledge for it, give them an informed choice, how are they going to do it? Ken, so seriously, why should they know?
Okay, thanks for that.
Well, as a young person, I personally believe that if young people were allowed to vote under the age of 18, as that is the rule, that you would probably get a lot more answers, because I know a lot of people that are around my age that want to vote, but we're not allowed to, and that councillors and stuff didn't really listen to us that much, and that if, like the lady down the front said, that she works with young people that are intelligent, folk would vote, young people would vote, and I think that if they got the chance to vote, then the community and everything would be a better place.
You've obviously talked to a lot of your friends and things about this. I mean, are your friends seriously interested, keen to be voting?
Yeah.
Are they keen to know about the issues and learn about the issues too? Yep.
Well, as a member of the North Edinburgh Young People's Forum, we all want to be able to talk to folk about the community, be able to go and vote for things that we either disagree with and agree with. We would love to be able to do it. We would love to be able to vote, but unfortunately we're not allowed to.
That may be about the most optimistic note we've held all afternoon. Let's I'm going to give the panel one sentence each, no semicolons, just quickly in response to all of this. Sasha, let's start with you since you've been last.
Okay, in terms of the vote for 16-year-olds, great for Scotland, not so great for my house. I've got 2 boys who are going to be voting no, my daughter's voting yes, lively meal times.
Duncan.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard a lot before about demonisation of working class, and a lot of that demonisation is aimed at young working class people. And I think giving them 16, 17-year-olds with a vote would be part of giving respect back to people, part of the community who do contribute, like we've talked about today. 16, 17-year-old people know their mind, they've got ideas about politics and what kind of society we want. Yeah, definitely give them the vote.
I agree with everything that's been said. I think we need to do more of the work around encouraging youth forums and the work that happens, like in Broughton, about student politics week, so that when young people are able to vote at 16, they'll be well informed of what they do.
Yes, indeed. My daughter goes to Callum School, and Willie's daughter as well, and our school, indeed. And it's about the only place I detect actually some quality political discussions going on. Absolutely. And if you look at the fact that, you know, climate change, the state of the economy, the future of this country, should we be independent and all that, I mean, those are decisions that are going to more profoundly affect younger people than they are the older generation. So the sooner they get to have a say in it, the better.
Fiona, last word.
Yeah, I think that would be good for 16, 17-year-olds to get the vote, but I just hope the political parties can rise to the expectations of those who are going to be voting for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is where we run out of time. I'm sorry, we're past our witching hour. But thanks to everybody who pitched in from the audience. It's been a terrific discussion. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And above all, can you join me, please, in thanking Fiona, Andy, Cami, Duncan, and Sasha.